Bebas sih. Jangan musiknya PSGJ. Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo adik-adik. Ini kita sepertinya just only for trial ya, cobaan. Tetapi this is for our material ya, for our lesson today. Okay. Today's lesson is about how to ask the questions. Nah, ini why we have to learn about how to ask the questions. You know that like usually ya, Miss Lia always talk it in English. I want to talk in bahasa. Oke, sebentar. Oke. Ini masuk. Ya, bagi adik-adik yang belum masuk ke akun YouTube Pelangi Khatulistiwa, please attend to this site ya, because we have to start our lesson today. Yeah, you have to type your own name ya. Your name itu under Pelangi Khatulistiwa. You have to type your name. This is for your attendance list. Untuk daftar kehadiran. Your name and your class. You don't have to write your NPM. You don't have to. But you just only write down your name and your class. This is only for trial, but it's okay because we have to start our lesson today. Ada masuk gak sih? Ini suara gue kedengeran. Taruh dulu nih. Gue tutup. Halo. Okay, you just on yang sudah masuk ya. Those who has attend to this site, please write down your name and your class. And then you can make any comment. You can make every kind of comment or asking the questions. It's free for you. Regular class and non-regular, you have to see all this. Are you ready? Oke, I use bahasa Indonesia, oke? Yang sudah masuk ke site ini, YouTube ini, mangga ditulis namanya, lalu ditulis nama kelasnya. Itu untuk absensi. Oi? And ya, di kolom komentar Anda bisa tulis nama Anda, ketik nama Anda dan nama kelas Anda. Dari prodi mana, misalnya akuntansi, manajemen, administrasi, ataupun juga komunikasi, FISIP. Oke, thank you for Septriana Putri. Loh, kenapa dihapus? Juga nice, Riana. Yeah, good afternoon for you all. Surya. Okay, please contact to your friend to see or to what to study together. Thank you, Zihan. Are you listening for my voice? Is it my voice is clear? Zihan, please tell me. You can type that my voice is clear or not. Zihan. Okay, thank you, clear ya. Okay, all the students, you may try to type your name, and then we will start our lesson today. Okay, now we are going to start our material today. Okay. Yeah, we are going to start today. We are going to talk about how to ask the questions. Why Mrs. Leah chose these titles today? Because you know that when we start studying English and we see many articles in a book or in magazine or newspaper that using English, sometimes there is a question. Sometimes we want to make a question. So that's why if you want to be good in English, you must learn to how to ask the questions, because this is very important for you all to be fluent in English. But you know that when you want to arrange the sentence, arrange the questions into English, you cannot arrange the sentence like what you do in Bahasa Indonesia. Okay. Wait. For Jihan, you can take the pictures, or maybe you can you just only take the pictures, yeah, Jihan, to see the attendance list who attend to this side. Do you understand, Jihan? Jihan, please reply me by typing that on the comment column. Sorry, Jihan, do you hear me? Okay, next. We continue our lesson today. Today, like what I told you, that we have to talk about, we have to learn about how to ask the questions. This is one of the way, one important way that we have to do in learning English. How to ask the questions, is it important? Yes, it's very important. When we are reading article, when we are reading the magazine, when we are reading for everything, it means that we will ask the questions. We will be asked the questions. Kita akan ditanya dan juga kita akan menanya pertanyaan. But how to ask the questions into English? That is not the same with Bahasa Indonesia. In Bahasa Indonesia, sometimes when we want to make the sentence, it's amburadul, yeah. But you know that when we talk in English, when we want to ask the questions in English, it is very different. You have to pay attention to the rule when you want to arrange a sentence. These ones, questions in Bahasa Indonesia, what we call pertanyaan. In Bahasa Indonesia, we start with the questions with apa, bagaimana, mengapa, mereka. Is it right? But in English, you know that when we want to start the questions, we have to start from WH. You know that what is WH? In English, we can ask the questions with what, who, why, when, where, blah, blah, go, and how much, how many, to whom, with whom, whose, by what, and which one. You must familiar with this questions word. You have to know, and then you cannot make it upside down when you want to ask the questions. You have to know much about what is the meaning of what is the meaning of who, what is the meaning of why, what is the meaning of when, and what is the difference between where and where will go. You know this difference with the where. You know that you know the meaning what is where, di mana, is it right? But when you see where blah blah go, it means that ke mana. That's very different. You can see that. But in English, in Bahasa Indonesia, sometimes we are very confused when we want to say, we want to ask the questions with apa or apakah. But when you see these questions with what, it doesn't mean apakah, but it means apa, yang. So what is the meaning of what? what is apa yang. You cannot say what is apakah. You cannot say what is apa, because you know there are dots in here. Dots in here, it means that apa yang. What has the meaning apa yang, and then you can continue with the words. What is the meaning of who? Siapa? No, but who is siapa yang? Why? Mengapa? When? Kapan? Where? Like what I told you that this is di mana, but what is the difference with this one? The difference is where go, it means ke mana. And how? You know how? Only how means bagaimana. But when you add that with how much, it is different. How much, it means berapa banyak. How many also has the meaning berapa banyak. But what is the difference between how much and how many? How much, it means that you can count the things. For example, when you want to add rice or something that you cannot count. In English, we say uncountable noun. What about how many? How many? It's berapa banyak too, but you can count that. In English, we may say countable noun. Artinya untuk pertanyaan benda yang bisa dihitung. Kalau yang ini untuk pertanyaan benda yang tidak bisa dihitung. Nah, ini maybe you have learned that ya, when you were in elementary school, when you were in junior high school, when you were in senior high school. Nah, but what about this? To whom? To whom, you know, to is, sometimes we say that this is with untuk. But you know that in good bahasa we say kepada. And then when you say to whom, it means kepada siapa. With whom, it means dengan siapa. And then you know what is whose? Nah, ini sometimes ya, we are very confused with whose and who. Who, it means siapa yang, but whose, siapa yang punya. Nah, it's about belonging, self-belonging. Jadi if you want to say, mungkin maybe we can say that into slang bahasa, punya siapa. Nah, whose means punya siapa, or siapakah yang punya ini. Okay? What about by what? By what? Dengan apa? And then which one? It means that you talk about option, or what we say, pilihan. Next, there are steps to make a questions. You know that in Bahasa Indonesia, when we want to make a question, sometimes we make a very bad bahasa. You know, the rule when you want to learn English, it means that you have to be good in English. I mean that good arrangement into Bahasa Indonesia first. You cannot ask the questions with slang bahasa. For example, you want to ask the question, punya siapakah ini? Oh, sorry. The first sample ya. For example, siapakah namamu? But into slang bahasa, we say always namamu siapa? It is not good for you to make a question. It is not good for you to arrange the sentence. So it means that when you want to make a questions or you want to arrange the questions, it means that you have to make sure that you can arrange the questions into good Bahasa Indonesia first, and then you can change that into English. That is very important with the note that you have to record that on your mind. Nah, but when you want to make a question, there are steps to make a question, such as like you see this one. You just only make sure, are you dealing with verb or not? Because if you are dealing with verb, what is verb? Kata kerja. You know actually that there are two ways when you want to make the question. See this one. The first is you are dealing with verb, means kata kerja. And then the second way, it means that you are dealing with non-verb. What is a non-verb? Bukan kata kerja. So it means that you are talking about situation, you're talking about adjective, you're talking about condition, and then you're talking about place. Do you understand? See this one. We will discuss that one by one, okay? See this one. We try to start the explanation how to make the questions with the verb. Make sure that you are dealing with verb. Verb means kata kerja. Nah, as long as you want to make the questions, you just only make sure that you have to deal with verb 1. You know that there are 3 kind of a verb. You know, right? There is a verb 1, there is a verb 2, and there is verb 3. But when you want to make the questions, make sure that you just only choose verb 1. Why do you choose verb 1? Because you are talking about making the questions. Do you understand? See this one. We'll see the steps. See, there are 4 steps to make the question, which is dealing with verb. There are 4 steps. What is step 1? You just only choose the WH. It means that the question word. It is depend on what the question that you would like to ask. What is step 2? See this one. You have to put do or does or did. This is step 2. In this step 2, you must put it do or does or did. Why? Because at the fourth step, you are dealing with kata kerja, verb 1. So because you're dealing with verb 1, that's why you have to put do, or does, or did. And then for the step 3 is subject. Who do that? When you want to say do or does or did, it means that not 3 of these all you have to use, but you have to choose one of it. For example, why you must say with do? Yeah, because the doer is I, we, they, and you, right? As you know that you have learned that since you were elementary school, junior high school, or senior high school. And what about does? That's because the subject is he or she and then it. What about did? Did is for all the subject. But you know that you do that, or you ask the question because you ask the questions the event in the past time. Okay, see this one. Step 1, you have to put WH. It means that the questions word. What is a step 2? Step 2, it means that you have to choose do or does or did. What about step 3? Step 3, it means that you have to say who is the doer. Siapa pelakunya. It means that you have to choose or I, or we, or they, you, or he, or she, or it, or all, because you want to talk about the event in the past time. And then the last step is verb. Okay, see this one. Sample. We start the questions in good bahasa. Apa yang kamu suka? As I told you that when you want to say apa yang, it means that what is an English question word? What? Okay. Now see this one. We define that this is suka. Suka, it means that this is verb. Because verb, right? It means that you have to choose do or does or did. Because in this sentence, the doer is kamu. See? Kamu. Where are you? See this one? Oh, sorry. This one, you. So it means that the step 2, you must choose do. So you can see that. What is for the first step, do for the second step, and then because the doer is you have to put that, and then suka, like. See this one, it's very simple. If you follow the steps, very simple. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So it means that if you want to ask the question, it's very easy because you know that. But make sure that your bahasa Indonesia is nice for this one. Apa yang kamu suka? This is good bahasa. In bad bahasa, kamu suka apa? That's wrong. You cannot use that. We cannot translate from bad bahasa. So it means that make sure your bahasa Indonesia is nice. This bahasa Indonesia is nice. Apa yang kamu suka? So we can translate that by stepping that. For example, what do you like? Okay, we go to the next example. Another one. Siapa yang? See that one? Siapa yang? Okay. Who, right? For the first step. And then Azriel as the doer, pelakunya. Telepon is kata kerjanya. See that one? Call. We have to choose call as the verb 1. Even that the event is tadi malam. Walaupun kejadiannya tadi malam. See this one? tadi malam. As we see the steps, okay? This is about last time. This is about past time. So it means that when you want to choose the past time, see, you have to choose did for the second step. You can see that. Siapa yang Azril telepon tadi malam? So you say who did for the second step. Okay, why you say did? Yeah, because you talk about tadi malam. Why you say tadi malam? It is about past time. So every kind of doer, siapa jenis apapun itu jenisnya si pelakunya, you have to say with did. Why do you say with did? Yeah, because you talk about past event. So who did Azril call last night? That's very simple. But if you arrange the sentence, this question sentence into bad bahasa, for example nih, emang Azril nelpon siapa tadi malam? That's very bahasa, very bad. So you have to arrange that into good bahasa first. For example, siapa yang Azril telepon tadi malam? Okay, is that clear, everybody? Yeah, welcome yang newcomer ya. We are going to the next one. Next slide. Nah, we have discussed about how to make the questions which is dealing with verb. Now we are going to talk about or ask the question which is dealing with non-verb. Nah, non-verb. It means that we talk about situation, we talk about adjective, we talk about condition, and then we talk about the place. You know, situation, it means that situasi. Adjective, it means kata sifat. Condition, ya sama. It's about condition, about place, tempat. Nah, it means that when we talk about this, it means that we are talking about yang bukan kata kerja. It's different ya. Kalau yang tadi we talk about verb, ya, see this one. The differentnya only in step 2. See this one. Because it's dealing with verb, ya, kata kerja, it means that we use do, does, did. But we can see that, we can compare that when you are using dealing with the questions which is dealing with non-verb. See, there are 4 steps, the same steps, okay? There is a step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. The same steps like what we saw in here when we are talking about verb, right? Okay, so the same one. There is a step 1, there is a step 2, there is a step 3, and then there is step 4. See this one, which is dealing with non-verb. It means that we have 4 steps too. Step 1, it is the same. We started with WH. Step 2, we are, see this one. The difference in step 2. We see when we are dealing with verb, tadi, yang mana nih? Step 2-nya we talk about we put do or does or did. But when you are dealing with non-verb, step 2-nya we are using to be. Ini the difference-nya. Gitu ya. Jadi you can see that when you want to arrange a sentence, you just only follow these steps. I think that is very easy to make the questions. And then what is step 3? Yeah, it's the same. We have to put the subject, the doer ya. And then step 4, nah ini dia. Kalau yang tadi, we see that when we are dealing with verb, it means that we are using verb 1, is it right? But in here, we are doing with a non-verb. Nah, so it means that non-verb, we put that in step 4. See, WH, it's depend on your questions. Okay, to be. You know, to be is only a helper to make the sentence. But sometimes it has the meaning, yaitu adalah, or di, or we talk about condition. So it means that to be, it means that we say am, is, or was, were. And then you have learned that, okay, since when you were in elementary school. You know, when you say I, it means that this one, I don't want to explain it anymore because you have known that. And then for this step 4, it means that you have to choose that. That's very different with tadi ya. Okay, see this one. How to make the steps? See this one. You just only make sure that your bahasa Indonesia is nice when you want to answer questions. Now see, sorry, we are not going there. We are going here. See this one. This is the sample. Mengapa kamu di sini? See, at the 4th step, we talk about di sini, right? It means that we talk about place. Because you're talking about place, as you know that there is a steps rule. Because you're talking about place, this is a non-verb. So it means that at the 2nd step, you must put to be. And then you just only see that. Who is the subject? We see the sample. Who is the subject? Kamu, right? So it means that the to be is are. So you just only follow the 4 steps. Ready? The step 1 is you have to put the questions with why, and then you have to say put are, and then you, and then here. So I think that it will be easier. Okay. Okay, how many students are here now? Oh, good, 111. Yeah, there are many students who are absent here today. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for the students from accountancy, management, and communication, and state administration. Yeah, thank you, Jihan. Thank you again and again. Okay. Okay, just only want to check your attendance first, okay? And then we continue to our lesson. This one means that it is the same steps, yeah, like what we did today, which is follow with verb. It means that this one is followed by non-verb. But again and again, I remind you, when you want to make the sentence or you want to say something in English, you have to make sure that your Bahasa Indonesia is nice. Because if your Bahasa Indonesia is not good, it will be it will influence your English. Your English will be bad too. Okay. See, mengapa kamu di sini? The first step is why, and then the second step you have to put to be or, and then kamu, you, and di sini here. Okay, now we are going to the next one. See this one, bad composition in questions. You know, like what I told you, when we want to make the sentence and then your sentence is very bad. Nih, see this one. Your bad composition, for example, si Rizky sedih, napa tuh? That's we always use in our daily communication. We always bad bahasa. If you use bad bahasa and then you change that into English, it means that your English will be wrong. So you have to change that first into good bahasa. For example, we change that. Okay, this is bad bahasa. Si Rizky sedih. Napa tuh? That's very bad. And then you change that into good bahasa. Mengapa Rizky sedih? That's a nice bahasa. So when you are arranging good bahasa, it means that you can change that into good English. This one is step 1, mengapa. So it means that you say why. And then the second step, you have to put to be. Why you must say to be? Yeah, because you are talking about non-verb. Non-verb, it means yang bukan kata kerja. So it means that you are talking about sedih, right? Sedih, it's about non-verb. It's about kata sifat. It's about condition. It's about situation. You're talking about situation, so it means that you're talking about the steps here, right? You're talking about non-verb. What is non-verb? It means that you're talking about condition. Your condition today is sad, right? Like Mrs. Leah is always sad. See this one? Okay. Oh, sorry. So we change that. Why is Rizky sad? Okay. After arranging that, maybe you can pronounce that. You can blend the sentence. Why is Rizky sad? You can blend that, become why is Rizky sad? I think that you can learn that, okay, slowly but sure, okay? Okay, see this one. I just only want to show you bad questions in bahasa that using WH. For example nih, WH kan kapan? Nih, when, benar ya? But when you are arranging that into, when you arrange that into bad questions, kamu datang kapan, Jeh? It's very bad, okay? This is, you cannot translate that into good questions. You have to change that. Repair first into good bahasa. For example, kapan kamu datang? So you can change that. When? You know, this is a verb, yeah? Datang is verb, so it means that you have to say do or does or did. Because kamu is you, so you have to choose do. So when you translate that, when do you come? It's very easy. Nah, ini for all students ya. If you want to make the questions, if you want to arrange the questions tadi ya, yang pertama, the first ya, you have to make sure your bahasa Indonesia is good. That's the most important thing that you have to remember. Because if your bahasa Indonesia is bad, your English will be bad too. And the second, you just only follow the steps, okay? If you want to make the questions, the first step that you have to prepare that first, okay? From bad bahasa into good bahasa, and then you can translate. Okay, I think that everybody has cleared that. Yeah, I think that today's lesson is enough. Yeah, and I need you to make any comment maybe, or you want to ask the questions. Okay, start from I provide the time, okay, for you to have the questions. Is there anybody who want to ask the questions about this, or you want to answer my questions? Kalau misalkan dibalik jadi subjek duluan, contohnya gini, who are you, itu harus di repair apa tidak? Siapa kamu? Ya, kalau siapa kamu itu kan jelas, it's good bahasa ya. You don't have to. Oh no, sorry. Who you are? No, who you are. It is depend on the questions or the statement what you want to say. Kalau who you are, if you want to say who you are, it means emangnya kamu siapa? Nah, it's good. Into bahasanya artinya memang lu siapa? Nah gitu. Jadi kalau who you are yang ini yang kamu Biraldi tanya, itu artinya gini. Emang kamu siapa? Nah gitu. Siapa lo? Gitu. Tapi if you want to ask the question, siapakah kamu? Nah, berarti kamu itu kan siapa ya? Siapa kan it means WH. Ya, berarti step satunya who, and then because the doer-nya you, kamu itu kan bukan kata kerja ya, so it means that you have to put to be. Berarti who are you? Kalau we follow the steps ya. Okay, do you understand that, Biraldi? Please note if you understand. Hello, Biraldi. Biraldi from Ecom. Do you understand? Because you have the questions ya. Nah sekarang I'm going to ask the question. Siapa yang bisa? Yang jawab ini bonus lagi ya. Kalau kemarin nge-link itu memang saya kasih bonus ya. Bedanya ya bedanya kamu di makalah ya, bukan skripsi. Ingat makalah itu tugasnya makalah. Anda bisa nggak perlu ditanya lagi sama Miss Lia. Sekarang nih I have a question. Siapa yang bisa? What two things ya, dua hal that become the most important way if you want to make the questions. Tadi Miss Lia udah bilang. Siapa? Who can answer that? Who can answer? What is the most important one? The two things ya, dua hal that you have to remember when you want to arrange a sentence. Siapa yang bisa? Halo? Who? Sibuk di absen semua. Who can answer the questions? You can type ya in what do you think? Oh, ini contoh ya, Andika Fakri Fadila. Oke, thank you. What do you think ya? Apa yang kamu pikir? Ini kebanyakan lihat Facebook kamu ya. What do you think? Ya. Apa yang kamu pikirkan? Nah, itu bahasa Indonesia yang bagus. Jadi when we translate that into English, apa yang itu what, and then because think itu adalah kata kerja, maka we have to say do or does or did. Why do you say do? Because you are talking about you. Ya, buat Andika Fakri Fadila, bagus ya contohnya ya. Iya, emang kebanyakan lihat Facebook ya, Raditya. Jangan komen aja, ayo. Can you can you answer my questions? Ayo, siapa? Nih, Miss Lia nanya, what will you do? Ya, oke, bagus. Shiva Putri, apa yang akan kamu lakukan? Oke, sekarang Miss Lia want to ask you the questions. Ya, itu contohnya. Oke, cukup ya untuk contohnya. Sekarang, can you answer my questions ya? Tadi ada two most important thing that you have to do when you want to arrange a sentence. Siapa yang bisa? Who can answer these questions? Ya, itu homework ya for you to ask the questions. Ini can be record. Nanti we will repeat again. We will repeat again. We will repeat, okay? And then you can learn that. Yeah, there is an answer from Alia Nurul. Arrange good bahasa Indonesia, not bad bahasa. Very good. Ya, keren ya. It's cool ya for Alia Nurul. Thank you. And what is the second? Harus bisa bahasa. Okay, the second one. Ya, ini sama aja ya, Yusuf Alfiansa. There is the same answer ya. Harus bisa bahasa Indonesia yang baik ya. That's good. But what is the second things that you have to remember when you want to arrange a sentence? Who can do this? Tadi dari from Alia, that's good. From Yusuf Alfiansah juga very good ya. That is the first step. You have to arrange good bahasa. Jadi memang the most important that when you want to study in English, you have to make sure that your bahasa Indonesia is good. Karena kalau your bahasa Indonesia is bad itu sangat berpengaruh ya ke bahasa Inggrisnya. Bahasa Inggrisnya juga akan babak belur ya, karena bahasa Indonesiamu babak belur. Okay, the second one. It can be homework ya. Boleh dipikirkan kembali, di review, and then you can find the answer. Ada Maula Miss ya, kenapa dek? Okay, I think that our lesson today is enough ya. Thank you for attending this site. This is only for trial. Ada Maula, sorry Miss, patah-patah wifi lemot ya, nggak apa-apa. Just only attend to this site aja udah bagus ya. Bu, boleh share PPT-nya? Boleh, nanti we will share that, okay? By Zihan ya, Zihan nanti try to share to all group. But anyway, ini why don't you try to ask me in English ya? Adam mau sombong. Ya sudah. Thank you for your attention. I think that we can see again in the next lesson. Yeah, we will announce that about the schedules when you will meet me on the air. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Stay healthy. Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.
Udah closing dulu. Thank you.
Udah.